We may be miserable quite a few times when the Leafs lose and we all get upset, angry, and overthink too much. But you know what we have to do after a Leafs win? Is you got to enjoy the thing. Because this season has been a weird roller coaster ride. And they brought up the stat that I've been talking about in the last couple of videos about the goal scoring. The Leafs are like 24th in the NHL in goals for at like 2.8. And we're like, oh, that's ugly. That ain't pretty. Which tells you the defense isn't as bad as we all make it out to be. And we win a game tonight. They come from behind a 2-0 deficit and beat the Vancouver Canucks 3-2 at Scotiabank Arena in regulation with the W. The Leafs now improved to 8-5-3 on the season. But before we get to the game itself, shout out to Boris Salming, man. I mean, obviously I was not around for his heyday of playing hockey, but hearing the stories, seeing the emotion in the crowd, seeing Daryl Sittler crying, I mean, my goodness. Just seeing all that stuff, really emotional. Seeing him crying, it's just, dealing with ALS, he's having a tough time. But you know what? You know what I loved about that ceremony? And it's, first off, it's him dropping the puck. I love that. Second of all, what do you think he did? His mobility isn't what it used to be, obviously. But you know what his mobility allowed him to do today? It allowed him to get the puck and put it in his pocket. No matter how sick that man is, he eats, breathes, poops, hockey. And you love it. Shout out Boris Salming, an absolute Leaf legend. A Swedish legend. And it's unfortunate they put that performance together yesterday. With all the ceremony and seeing him out there for the first time and all the tears flying everywhere. So they do it again today. And it's strictly him. And you love to see it. And I'm thinking to myself, Leafs, you got a bunch of Swedes in the team. The emotion's running high. Let's go out there and get him a damn W. How about that? Now, it didn't start well. The starting on time thing, yeah, it didn't happen today. You know, they got some good chances early, didn't bury any. But then Bo Horvat tips in a point shot, and you're down 1-0, 3:41 into the first period. Then on the power play, JT Miller wires one past Källgren at 12:11 of the first period, and you're down 2-0. And for the majority of that first period, when the Leafs turn the puck over in the neutral zone, or they have zone time, the boos are starting to rain. They were fairly faint, but you could hear them. The boos were out there. And I understand that at that point in the game. You're getting outplayed by a Vancouver Canucks team who, let's be honest, isn't very good. And you got to figure it out. I don't know what was said in that dressing room in the first intermission because the Leafs were down 2-0 and we were out shooting them 10-9 in the first period, really even. But you didn't play very well. It felt like they had the entire zone time in the first period. It was ugly, man. And the Leafs come out in the second period. And they come out flying. Like full-on flying. For the first 10 minutes, the Leafs dominated. And it doesn't take long. Less than 2 minutes in. On the power play. I didn't write down power play goal, but it was a power play goal. John Tavares wins the board battle against Tyler Myers, which is shocking because of the size. But he gets it down low to Mitch Marner, who's kind of right beside him, right about the goal line. And I don't know why, but if you watch the replay, all four Canucks are either looking at the puck in the corner or kind of floating to the corner. Meanwhile, Austin Matthews is chilling there at the top of the circle. Marner finds him. Matthews is able to walk right into this wrister, and he just, a patented Austin Matthews wrister into the top corner of the net. All right, we're back in the game. It's 2-1. Okay, all right. Get some mojo back. Matthews from Marner and Tavares at $1:46 of the second period. Lots of hockey to play. Then after that, it seemed to go to the Leafs' legs. They started finding it. That third line, the zone time they had in this possession was incredible. We see Pierre Engvall doing laps around the offensive zone, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy, right? Who does he think he is? Puck gets back to the point to Giordano, and they were already scrambling once in this scenario. Gets back to the point to Giordano. He fires it down low to Calle Jarnkrok, who fires it short side, stopped, but the rebound's dropped there. Jarnkrok kind of dives for it and pokes it forward to the front of the net, and Engvall's there to bury it into the open cage. What a shift by that third line, and they get the goal. Engvall from Jarnkrok and Giordano at 6:27 of the second period, and just like that, the Leafs have tied the game. After being nowhere to be found in the first, No energy, no momentum, no nothing in the first period. And you're down 2-0. You're getting booze rained down on you. You come out and in the first 6 minutes, you tie the game. You found an answer. I love it. But they weren't done. The Leafs continue to put pressure on. And Nylander has it on the far point. And he gets it over to Morgan Rielly. Kind of walks into it, right? He gets the puck, kind of curls around, and then he has a little bit of a lane. He fires it on. It gets deflected wide, and then it kind of comes right back out in front, and it's buried. And I'm like, yeah, I was hyped. I'm like, who the hell's 18? Oh my God, that's Jordy Ben. The celebration from Jordy Ben, he's jacked up. Austin Matthews is absolutely pumped. He mauls Jordy Ben. Leaf fans, you know how many goals Jordy Ben has in his last 45, 50 games? He had 1 going into today. He hadn't scored a goal since January. Well, who cares? His first game as a Leaf, and he gets the game-winning goal. The dude pinched down. I never thought in a million years I would see that from Jordy flippin' Ben of all people. But you love it. You love to see it. Rielly, Nylander grab assist in the goal at 10:01 of the second period, and they got the lead. They call a timeout. Boudreau's just giving it to them on the bench. They come back with a little bit of energy in the second period, but again, they don't score, obviously. Leafs outshoot them 17-10. In the period, outscore them 3-0 in the period, and you head to the third with the lead. And how are the Leafs going to react? Well, they play a pretty good third period. They really don't allow a whole lot of offensive zone time. They keep, get the puck, dump and chase. I'm okay with dump and chase when you got the lead or you're a tie game or whatnot. Fine. It's when you're trailing with an empty net that I hate it. But they did a phenomenal job. I thought Alex Kerfoot really good in the defensive end, especially in that third period. Mitch Marner had a couple big blocks in that third period. Erik Källgren, you got to give that guy his kudos. We talked about it yesterday, how that squeaker, you really wanted that one back. However, he went out there today, and after allowing 2 goals in the first 9 shots of the first period, stopped the next 21 shots. And the Leafs do not allow a third period goal, and they win 3-2. Over the Vancouver Canucks, get back into the win column. We're now 8-5-3 on the season. And all right, feel a little bit better. Another game with the Källgren in the net that you're winning. And we're like, okay, any game that you can get a W or a point with this guy in the cage, you're doing a pretty good job. Now, Leaf fans, before we go any further, I want to get your thoughts on Jordy Ben. I thought he was phenomenal his first game as a Leaf. Laid a few pretty sizable hits. Shockingly pinched up in the offense a bit, but was very smart about it, and defensively looked fine. As a third pairing D, I'm totally cool with that, albeit he was playing with Morgan Rielly tonight, so I'm not sure where I want that. By the way, what the hell happened to TJ Brodie? We heard from Sheldon Keefe that there was going to be a scratch today. I'm hoping it wasn't a healthy scratch and something stupid happened. I'm hoping it's maybe like a little bit of a medical thing. Maybe he's not feeling well, or paternity, or something happened, and I'm hoping he's okay, obviously. For TJ Brodie, because we know how important that guy is to the team. But think about it, Leaf fans, right? Brodie's been phenomenal. Jordy Ben, again, it's 1 game, but I like it. It's that stay-at-home presence, physical, front of the net, knock a guy on his rear kind of presence that the Leafs haven't had. They obviously lost Jake Muzzin, albeit Jordy Ben is no Jake Muzzin, I'll tell you that much. But I love what we saw from Jordy Ben tonight. Really nice first game as a Leaf. Now, shots on goal for the third period were 11-8 in favor of Vancouver. Shots for the game, 35-30 in favor of the Leafs. So, Erik Källgren, 2 goals on 30 shots. You can't ask for anything more than the kid. You love what you saw today. The Leafs, they only score 3 goals again, but they win the hockey game. They do a job. Vancouver, one of the best power plays in hockey. They went 1 for 4 in the game today. The Leafs power play went 1 for 2. It's weird. Vancouver has one of the best power plays, but the worst penalty kill. And you kind of saw that on display, like I mentioned earlier, with 4 guys going to the puck. Not a good idea when there's only 4 dudes on the ice. So, Leaf fans, we move on. We enjoy this game, but we move on. The next game for the Buds, they have a few days off. They have Sunday and Monday off, and they head to Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins again, a rematch from last night. However, on the road this time, 7 o'clock puck drop there in Pittsburgh as the Leafs look for back-to-back W's, looking to continue to build. And with this 2-day gap, I'm shocked we didn't see Petruzzelli tonight. I would have really liked to see him play, but albeit whatever, you got the win, Källgren was good, fine. It'll be very interesting to see who's in net on Tuesday. Because the talk is that Samsonov's making some progression. Matt Murray seems to be very close to a return. And with that being the case, and you have 2 days off before your game on Tuesday, who knows? Källgren might not be in the cage there on Tuesday. We'll have to wait and see. We'll obviously listen to the media and whatnot, see what we're given. But no matter what, Leaf fans, that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you guys enjoyed the game today, you know why you might have enjoyed it? They won. Smack that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like? From today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Twitter link is down below. Follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Discord link is down below as well, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will, Instagram link is also down there, so follow up there. And I will talk to you guys, Raptors edition. They play Monday in Detroit. Not sure who's going to be healthy. It might be ugly again. We shall see. 7 o'clock tip-off there in Detroit, or Air Canada West, whatever you want to call it. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're back in action on Tuesday night as they head to Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. 7 o'clock puck drop there as the Buds look for back-to-back W's. That is going to do it for this one. And then also thank you so much for listening and kind of merge that. Thank you so much. No! What is going... Man, what is disastrous outro? But you know what? This is why I do these live things, because you guys can see the real me. Enough of that editing crap. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. No, I did it again. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the Leaf game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.